Joining us now, Scott Bolden, NewsNation contributor, practicing counsel here on the show. As we like
Defense counsel.
Defense counsel, there you go. You were a former prosecutor, though, in Manhattan.
Yep.
That behavior today from Luigi Mangione, essentially just sort of railing, screaming as he was entering the courtroom there, is that going to play into anything long term?
Well, he's doing it outside the courtroom.
Right.
The police officers and the court personnel probably don't like it, but I could hardly understand what he was saying anyway. But when he was inside the courtroom, which matters most in front of the judge, who holds the keys to his liberty or not,
right,
and the process and procedure, he was relatively calm, and that's what he needs to do. He doesn't need to be talking right now, and he needs to be following the advice of his counsel.
And the advice of his counsel was essentially, shut up, keep your mouth. Don't say anything.
That, and we're going to fight extradition back to New York.
Is that a formality, though, that he goes back?
It's not a formality, actually. You're going to look at several weeks. There's a preliminary hearing in December. This could take 6 to 8 weeks or more.
That long?
Oh, absolutely, because essentially what the defendant is saying is that I'm not the person. New York wants to produce the body, this defendant. I'm not that person. And so the state is going to have to prove his identity and that he is the one that they need to charge, or they're going to charge back in New York. And remember, he's had several fake IDs, he's had the mask on, and it's really not, the police are going to have to lay out, the prosecutors are going to have to lay out why they believe that he's the person. Okay. And if there are cameras in the courtroom, we're going to get a real education. You've got to focus on not the 3D printers, but the gun kits that they can make, as well as the 3D printers, in regard to making these ghost guns. They have to have a serial number. They've got to be regulated. And my colleague is right. There's a Supreme Court case on this right now. But there are only 15 states that require ghost guns to be registered. All 50 states need to have them registered, because if you can't trace where the gun is, if it's used to commit a crime, then it's really unlikely that you're going to connect the gun to the bad actor.